Okay, this evening we're at the Howard branch of the Santa Fe Railroad. This is Mr. Steve Sandifer's layout, and we're just here visiting before the model train show tomorrow.
That's your
Followed this railroad over the years, and it progresses. The plaque says he's a master model railroader. He's way past that, believe me.
and it runs through a trough back there. And then runs
He's
around here.
detail,
Go around there,
everything's
come out
done
here.
to exact prototypical, so
That's the branch.
Without using a helix.
Yeah. So it doesn't take up a huge amount of space.
Having explored the helix, I think it made a wise move.
Well, you know, I wanted 32 inch diameter. Well, you know, that's 5 foot,
Right?
and I said I don't have 5 foot to spare in a room this
What
size.
is your size of your room?
It's 14 by 20.
Okay, I'm working in 10 by 13.
Mhm.
And I have a 20.
note the mirrors on the ceiling. This is so you can see hidden spots.
So it takes up a chunk.
It eats.
If a switch is thrown or not thrown, you get it lined up, you can see it.
Maximum
Mhm.
in the room.
Okay.
So I think
Effective use, see, then
But without the
thing.
helix,
Freight station. This is staging level. This is town level.
okay, now your town level's about the same as my lower
It's 30
level.
inches.
'Cause I can,
That's
30 inches.
that's it?
Yeah.
tabletop, 30
This is
inches.
54. But the idea is to operate the bottom one seated, except for whoever runs the town train, he's gonna have to be up.
Now,
Depot's not built.
what happens when something derails on
Everything right now is accessible and will be accessible, except the spot from about right there to about right here. And so it's just a matter of keeping the trough clean back there. But all of this is in an open trough, so you get to it from the top.
that? And this, well, your trough still runs there,
No.
doesn't it, in the curve?
Here's the deal.
Okay.
If you look carefully, you'll see that the top cove is very short. There will be a scenery block right in here, but the back door gives me a way to get around and get access back here to my I have an upper staging yard. There's a 7-track staging yard that you can see in the mirror up there.
See, he's back
And so
there.
it's behind the hill here,
There he is.
and then I will have
Mirrors.
lower
Effective use of
staging
mirrors.
that I'll have access to from back here as well.
You've thought out a very interesting system.
I've tried. The hardest part is going to be there's going to be some staging underneath my yard, and I've got to really think about how I'm going to do my turnout control and all of that. I've been dreaming and thinking with it. But what happens is this track up here will have a big sweeping curve and go down underneath to the staging. And then it'll take another sweeping curve and come back up. So there will be a,
So your staging will be down in here?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, this is staging level here. So that's the reason you have, you know, things like this. This is the layout level, and this is the staging level.
Well, that's gonna be hard to
Yeah.
catch into. See, I've got the reverse. I put my staging
Mhm.
on the 3rd level.
Mhm.
I think it's 72
Yeah.
inches off the floor. But I've got a
You got it.
platform we're building.
And you've got a helix to get up there.
Okay. Helix goes for all 3 levels.
Mhm.
And you gotta, the thing is, you gotta choose the right entrance way to come out at the correct exit. If you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's fun to figure those things out, it really is. I remember you had something you had done with caboose.
loose. Stop.
Yes.
Stop.
Stop. Yes.
This is a Intermountain kit. But I have wipers on the trucks. And then there's a capacitor circuit in there.
Keeps it burning afterwards.
And then you've got, I mean, these are set off. If you notice, they're just set off at 45 degree, which is the way the Santa Fe did them. And it's got a 603 LED in it. So I drill that out with it's a precision scale casting.
That's small to work with.
And I drill it out and put an LED in there. And
Oh, it's nice.
Notice the light still lit.
oh yeah, it'll burn for 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, you want to talk about constant lighting, people.
When you get no, you get
All 603 LEDs.
And you're running that off of a battery, so what?
Yeah, it's got a little battery
it only
pack.
takes 3 volts to power an LED.
This is a demonstration he uses
And
in
yeah,
his
this
classes.
is when I do a class on LEDs, I can take these in. But that's the same kind of light I have everywhere, you know. They're all over this layout.
So lights
How the
out,
shade actually works.
you can see that how the lighting works.
Sure.
It doesn't come through. Very nice.
And I have lots of photographs that I made using nothing but these LEDs as light. Just do a time exposure and
Oh yeah, have to be timed.
set it down to about F32 to get some depth of field.
Damn cattle train.
Locomotive I have over that one. Oh, that's that 502. One of my recent jobs, I have an article coming out in the Santa Fe War Bonnet next month, had to do with putting sound in a look sort of Santa Fe-ish, because theirs looked about as Santa Fe as a Green Lantern, you know. But then what I did here was I built a Intermountain kit and put it on the Broadway under frame.
Run it by over
Is that a double decker?
Yeah. But man, those things are noisy.
here. And these are all Broadway limited sound systems? The cattle.
Yeah, there's Broadway limited in this one. Let's see. That's their bottom that I painted black. And that this is the baffle. You take that baffle off and it suddenly becomes quiet.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to go in there. It's got 2 speakers and disconnect one of the speakers because it is just too noisy. Now they have a method where with a magnet you can adjust the sound.
Yeah.
But it doesn't last for some reason.
What, it loses its setting?
Yeah, every time you turn off the system, its setting gets lost.
It resets is what's happening.
You can use a magnet.
Oh.
Excuse me, all right.
Okay.
You can use a magnet. Put this in or this in.
I got you, yeah. Saw it go way up.
And then on the other side, you can adjust the sensitivity. 7 is the most sensitive. And it'll sit there and squall for a variety of reasons, and anytime you move, it makes a noise. On the underside, there is an axle that has a cylinder on it, and then there's an optical system in there that sees that turn, and that activates it. And I had the wheel spacing and the bolsters and all of that underneath don't match Santa Fe, but to try to take all that out and put it in a Intermountain floor was just going to be more than I wanted to do. So I left it like that.
Good enough for
Okay. Broadway limited sound system in an Intermountain car. Okay.
I built the car from an Intermountain kit,
Oh, okay.
and you have to do some finagling to make it fit the Broadway underbody. But that's Intermountain, that's Westerfield, that's Sunshine, that's Sunshine, that's Intermountain, that's Sunshine, and that's Intermountain.
I think the first time I saw your layout, I don't think you had too much scenery back there at all.
Well,
I know the chord's always been there. All that I've been here. You did very good work.
Say goodbye to the cows.
I mean, they were horrible runners, and you had pick up for one rail off the front and pick up for the other
rail off the back, yeah.
And they were terrible. So I said, I've got to figure out how to make decent runners out of this. It's a Cummins diesel decoder, because these had a different sound to them. I'll show you what I did.
Well, Santa Fe had a whole bunch of these, right?
Santa Fe had a bunch. I'm going to have 4 at least on my railroad.
Who was it?
To service sort of the lens. I put several layers of that. And the wires are so small, they just could disappear on you. The bell is lousy. I don't like that.
That Dakota doesn't have several bell options?
Nope.
Oh, it must be one of those old DS. Which I don't, believe me, I wish I had a few of those left.
It's a tsunami. But that was my first experimental one to see what I could do with the sound on it and smooth running. And I bought a Keep Alive to put in it.
Yeah. Oh. Well.
When he gets down there, he'll have to back out. Nice and smooth.
Let's stop behind the station here and let all those people jump out.
If I could get a hold of a loc sound programmer, and those are Stewart FTs that I've detailed up for branch line work. Got a Right. Now, the wow sound, like everybody else, I guess, operates in 3 different ways. You can do what they call prototype. But in the case of these, I figured out how to use the light boards that were in them and wire them to the wow sound. Or at least I did in one of them. They're not wired exactly the same. But Santa Fe took a number of these FTs and numbered them in the 400 series and used them for branch line switching. And so that's what I did with these 2. So I put footboards on them and all the details are just plain Stewart's otherwise.
You have a very close coupling on that,
Yes.
and it doesn't short anything out?
What I did, 5 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how he figures his moves.
So this is the mop interchange train.
He owns the diamond, so Santa Fe has to get permission to cross, but he doesn't. But as you'll see, there's a limit as to how.
Yeah, I figured this one out. This is definitely a puzzle. Definitely a puzzle. When you can only pull up so far, you better figure out all your moves
You get an engine and 2 cars
past the first switch.
past the interchange track.
So the whirl ends right here. Okay.
And your only runaround track is through that grain elevator back there.
Which you have to look up at the mirrors to throw the switch on the other end.
The mirror will eliminate the switch on the other end, and the mirror also eliminates all the uncoupling ramps, because there's a lot of electromagnetic uncouplers.
Oh, okay.
And they're all linked together with little red LEDs. You can probably see them in the mirror up there. And it'll show you
Yeah, I see
where
it.
an uncoupler is so that you can...
Yeah, I see it right down in thing.
I can't see it from this angle, but
Hit that button again.
everything operates from right here.
Yeah, I see it. There's the LED. Okay.
I don't know. Where am I? Let me look at the mirror.
So use that uncoupling ramp, and we left those cars right there.
I make those too, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I never forget operating at Gill Fry Tags.